Now student, we should understand what is structure of muscular tissue. Means there should be any kind of structure or the surroundation, anything there should be. So now we are going to read that. Ki what is being made up of, what is the structure. So the muscular tissues are built by together, or you can say muscular tissues are bundled together and surrounded by a tough connective tissue similar to cartilage known as epiphyseum. Epiphyseum. So muscular tissues are a bundle of together tough connective tissue which is known as epimysium, and it is similar to the cartilage like our bones and cartilage. The bundle of nerve cells that run in along fibers called fascicles are surrounded by the epiphyseum. These another protective layer, the endomysium, surrounds the fiber. Now these layers and muscles help in the contraction of the different parts of the muscles. This epimysium, they are fascicles and they are bundled together with a tough connective tissue. These layers and muscles what help in contraction of different parts of the muscles. Again, contraction means what? To shorten forcefully, or extensibility to ability to stretch, elasticity to recall back to its original length after being stretched. Now the different bundles slide past one another as they contract. So this was the structure of muscular tissue, that they are found in a bundled together surrounded by a tough connective tissue similar to cartilage known as epimysium. The epimysium connects to other connective tissue to produce force on the organs and control everything from circulating to food processing. So this was the structure of muscular tissues. Now we are going to read about the striated muscles, which is also known as stripped muscles, skeletal muscles, or voluntary muscles. These muscles, since the entire muscle fibers show alternate dark and light striation or band, they are called stripped muscles. Because they are found, you can see these are found in a stripped muscle, and where it is found in your hand, where the arms and your hands move together at the point of your what? This point is known as ankle. This point is known as ankle, and where these movement is happen, these are your skeletal muscle, or you can say stripped muscles or striated muscles or voluntary muscles. Muscles fibers show alternate dark and light strips. Somewhere are dark, some are light, some are dark, some are light, some are dark, some are light. So these type of strips, that is why it is known as stripped muscles. Since they are attached to the bones and are responsible for body movement, they are also called skeletal muscles. Because these muscles, see, these muscles are attached with our bones, hand bones, leg bones. So where these muscles are attached with the bones, that is why it is called skeletal muscles also. And another thing, that they lastly, since these muscles work according to our will, that's why they are called voluntary muscles. Voluntary and involuntary action. Voluntary, which is in our control, in our willpower, and involuntary, which is not in our control, like sneezing, coughing, all these are comes in involuntary muscles. So these actions are in our willpower, also in our under control. When I would like, I will stretch my hand. When I don't need, I can't stretch my hand. So that is why it is also called voluntary muscles. So why it is called stripped muscle? Because it is found in alternate dark and light strips. Dark and light, dark and light, dark and light. Another why it is called a skeletal muscle, because it is attached with the bones where it is responsible for the movement of body. That is why it's called skeletal muscles. And why it is called voluntary muscles, because it is according to our will and it is under control. That is why it is also known as voluntary muscles. So these were the kinds that skeletal muscles. These muscles are attached to the skeleton and helps in movement. These muscles are also known as thread muscles because in the presence of alternate patterns of light and dark band. These light and dark bands are sarcomeres, which are brightly or you can say brightly or highly organized structure of actin, myosin and protein. These add to the contractibility and extensibility of the muscles. Skeletal muscles are voluntary muscles composed of muscles fiber. 40% of our body mass comprises of skeletal muscles. Means 40% of our muscles in our body is being made up of this stripped, voluntary or skeletal muscle. Each skeletal tissue contains myofibrils. What it is contain? Myofibrils. These are also known as multinucleated and these are provided with blood vessels and many elongated mitochondria and glycogen. They bring the movement of the organs of the body. So this was the thing we had completed our striated muscles also. Now in this book, the striated muscles fiber are long, elongated, non-tapering, cylindrical and branched also. Somewhere there you can see these are cylindrical, somewhere they are also in a branch shaped, non-tapering. So that is why it is also called striated muscles. Striated muscles occurs in the muscles of limbs, biceps and triceps of arms, body wall, face, neck. Striated muscles present in the tongue, pharynx, diaphragm and upper part of the esophagus are called visceral striated muscles. These muscles where they are found at limbs, biceps and triceps of arms, body wall, face, they are called striated muscles, and at the tongue, pharynx, diaphragm and upper part of the esophagus these are called visceral striated muscles. You can see in this picture this is skeletal muscles. Now we are going to read about the unstriated muscles. Or striated muscles are powerful and underground rapid contraction. In striated muscle there is a rapid contraction, moved on. Like these muscles can get tired and may need rest. They provide the force of locomotion and all other voluntary movements of the body. They provide the force for locomotion and all other voluntary movements of the body. So this our striated muscle, skeletal muscle provides us different kinds of force of locomotion and voluntary movements which we do in our body. Now comes our unstriated muscles or smooth muscles. Unstriated muscles occurs as bundle or sheets of elongated fusiform or spindle shaped pointed at both the ends of cells or fiber. These are held together by loose connective tissue. Now you can see it has been seen as spindle shaped pointed at both the ends. Spindle shaped, see, pointed at both the ends. Spindle shaped are bundle or sheets of elongated fusiforms. Elongated fusiforms or spindle pointed at both the ends. Pointed at both the ends. These are held together by loose connective tissue. See, there are the gaps between each other, but in skeletal muscle there was no gap. They are being not any different kind of gap, and they are connected in a loose connective tissue and they are connected in a hard connective tissue, or you can say a very hard connective tissue, and they are connected in a loose connective tissues. These muscles are found in the walls of the hollow visceral organ except that of the heart and also called visceral muscles. Thus, they occur in the wall of alimentary canal and internal organs, duct of glands, urogenital ducts and blood vessels. Smooth muscles are found in stomach, intestine, ureter, bronchi, iris of eye, etc. These are the place where this unstraightened or smooth muscle. Why it is also known as smooth muscle? Because it is very loosely packed. There is the gap between them and they are always found there where the area is very soft and delicate, like our alimentary canal, internal organs, ducts of gland, urogenital ducts, blood vessels, stomach, intestine. There all the smooth muscles, or you can say unstraightened muscles, are found. Smooth muscles do not work, means they do not contract, they do not excitability, they do not show extensibility, nothing else. According to our will, so they are also called involuntary muscles. These smooth muscles are not in under our control, or they are not in our will. They do not work according to our will. That's why they are called involuntary muscles also. Movement of food in the body, in the alimentary canal, opening and closing of tubes are involuntary movements. Because when the food is moving in the alimentary canal, opening and closing of tubes are involuntary movements. Opening and closing of tubes are involuntary movement. That's why it is also called involuntary muscles. Now, smooth muscles, these are non-straighted. Smooth muscles are unstraighted, means what? Non-straighted involuntary muscles which are not in control of our by the autonomous nervous system. It is to manage the contractility of the digestive, urinary, reproductive system, blood vessels and airways. The actin and myosin filaments are very thin and arranged randomly, hence no striation. The cells are spindle shaped with a single nucleus. Now our comes last muscle, that is cardiac muscle. What is cardiac? After hearing the word cardiac, that belongs to the heart, which belongs to the heart. Now cardiac muscles show characteristic of both smooth and stratified muscles. This cardiac muscles, you can see, shows the both types of muscles, straighted and unstraighted also, smooth and hard also, voluntary or involuntary also. Cardiac muscles are composed of branched fibers and the branches join to form a network. See, they are forming like a branched fiber and which join to form a network. In heart you can see this. They have strips of light and dark bands. See, they are having strips of light and dark bands. Cardiac muscles are present in the walls of heart. Where we will find the cardiac muscles? In the wall of the heart. Cardiac muscles contract and relax rapidly, rhythmically and tirelessly throughout a lifetime. They contract endlessly from nearly embryonic stage until death. It is also called involuntary and voluntary because some movements which is happening in our heart, like rhythmically, contraction and relaxation and tirelessly throughout a lifetime. When our heart stops working, it means we are at the death. Same, our heart is working, then we are also working, and heart is working like contraction and relaxation rhythmically and tirelessly throughout a lifetime. So contract endlessly from early embryonic stage until death. Where that time when we are embryo or the zygote, from that time this cardiac muscle is working till death. Till death. So cardiac muscles are found only in the heart. Remember, cardiac muscles are found only in the heart. These are involuntary and voluntary, and the heart pumps the blood throughout cardiac contraction. The cells of the cardiac muscles known as the cardiomyocytes are striated. They are single-celled and unnucleated. The ends of the cells are joined and the junction are called intercalated discs. The cells are attached to each other by demosomes. So this was the cardiac muscle, which is also known as striated and unstriated muscles. It is composed of branched fibers and branches joined to form a network. Over you can see they are joined to form like a network. The end of the cells are joined. The end of the cells are joined. This is called intercalated disc. The cells are attached to each other by demosomes, and the point is called demosomes. Desmosomes. So the cells of the cardiac muscles are also known as cardiomyocytes or striated. So this was the cardiac muscles. Now we should know what is the function of muscular tissue. What is the function of muscular tissue? A muscular tissue are connected to the same nerve bundles. They are connected with the same nerves bundle. The nerve impulses from the brain tells the muscles to contract. So the first function is that they are connected with the same nerves bundle. They work like a stimulus also. The nerve impulses from the brain tells to the muscles to contract. Each muscle cells contains the proteins acetylcholine and myosin. The single cell contracts up 70% in length. The entire muscle shortens during contraction. And muscular tissue help in the movement of bones, squeeze different organs or compress chambers. So this was the muscular tissue function and muscular tissue we had completed now. Till you should go through the videos and read the chapter. Thank you.